in all of the Philippines. So today, while we are all stuck at home, I wanted to share with you my guide to Siargao. So once we finally get that green light again and we are able to travel, you can have all the tools and all the information that you need to have the best possible experience visiting Siargao. I'm going to cover the best things to do on Siargao Island itself, the best day trips, the best restaurants, where to stay, things to expect before you go, how to get around, resources on the island, and a whole bunch of other vital information that you really need to know before you travel to Siargao. Without further ado, let's get right into it, starting with things to do on Siargao Island. The Siargao rope swing is one of my favorite spots on the entire island. I honestly had no idea that stuff that picturesque and that beautiful existed in real life. Like, I thought it was something like you would see, I don't know, in a magazine or a movie, but it's straight out of the Jungle Book. There's this gorgeous bent palm tree with a rope swing, and it is such a magical spot that is very quickly getting discovered by a lot of people. So between the time I went in November and the time I went back in February, there was actually a lot of infrastructure changes, but I think it's a really positive thing because when you go there, you pay a very reasonable entrance fee and fee to use the rope swing, as well as to sit on the little raft and take photos. But it all goes back and supports the local community, and I think it's awesome that they're welcoming us to go and enjoy their beautiful, magical river and rope swing and palm trees. So I'm very happy to support the community in that way. When you're driving to the Siargao rope swing, there's a spot that you should definitely stop and check out on the way over. It's called, I actually don't know what the official name is, but I call it like the top of the road coconut tree forest. Basically, it's this lookout point where for as far as the eye can see, there's just thousands and thousands of coconut trees. Pacifica Beach is another one of my favorite spots. It is a bit more out of the way, but it's totally worth it. It's about an hour-ish scooter drive from General Luna. So if you're like me and you do not love a crowd, I really do recommend Pacifica Beach. I was the only traveler there. The water was crystal clear, so serene, and I just like packed my lunch, sat there on the beach, and had the most magical day. So really highly recommend visiting Pacifica Beach as well. Jacking Horse is the main beach, and I would also say probably the busiest beach on Siargao Island, but it's the spot where you want to go if you want to learn how to surf, catch some small and reasonably sized waves, and rent a board, get an instructor. There's also a lot of restaurants and snack shops on that beach, so it's a really good time as well if you just want to chill out. Right next to Jacking Horse Beach, you can find Cloud9 Pier. This is a really fun spot to go for sunrise or super early in the morning. There's a small 50 peso fee to use it, but again, you're supporting the local community, so I see no problem with that. The reason I recommend going first thing in the morning is because it does get pretty crowded later in the day. So if you want to take some photos or just enjoy the peace and serenity that is being all on your lonesome like I do, then definitely go in the morning because there's not that many people out there at that time. Milano Beach is a lesser known beach in Siargao, and I only discovered it because the first time I went there, my Airbnb was a 30-second walk from that beach, and basically it's another white sand beach, palm trees right up to the water. The water's really calm and really shallow there, so if you want to like have a beer, float in the water, you know, live your best life, that's a really great place to do that. And finally, I really recommend that you spend a day on Siargao without an agenda, rent a scooter, and just drive around and see what you can find. And that's just the magic of Siargao, is being able to ride around on a scooter and discover new corners of the island that no one else has discovered, and just find these magical places that make you feel like you're in some sort of wonderland. Before we get on to the next segment, I'd like to thank my friends at Surfshark for making today's video possible. Surfshark is a VPN that protects your sensitive data and online privacy. Also, while we are all stuck at home right now, Surfshark is like a gift from the heavens above because they let you access content on Netflix in different countries. So if you are like me and you have maxed out your home country's Netflix offerings, not proud, but it's happened, you can switch to another country and see what's available on Netflix there. For example, right now I am on Netflix Costa Rica, and I don't know why, but they have all the best movies in Costa Rica on Netflix. So I highly recommend that you try this when you download Surfshark, because I'm telling you, it has totally changed my world. Make sure you click the link in my description or go to surfshark.deals/Robyn and enter promo code Robyn in all caps for 83% off plus 1 extra month for free. So thank you very much to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. You guys are the best, and let's get back to the tips on traveling Siargao. Next thing I really recommend you do when you're visiting Siargao is do some day trips. There's a ton of different companies who offer day trips in Siargao, but I would really recommend that you book through Bravo Resorts. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. Honestly, I just tried a lot of different tour companies, and Bravo was the most fun by far because their guides were always really engaged in the experience. They would talk to people, be like getting drinks going, and just be like excited about the experience with you. So the first tour I want to recommend is Corregidor Island / Naked Island. Now I'm doing this one first because it is my favorite by far. I don't know why more people don't do this tour. It's one of the least popular tours from Siargao. I don't get it. It was the most magical experience. The first stop of the day, you take, I think it was about a 45-minute boat ride over to Corregidor Island, and then you do this hike. You remember that like Windows 95 background screen with the rolling hills? It was that, but with palm trees in real life. The beaches were incredible. The rolling hills were just like otherworldly. Like I've never seen anything like this before. It was crazy beautiful, and I just had the best day. And as a sweet little cherry on top of an already perfect day, the Corregidor Island tour stops at Naked Island on the way back. Naked Island at that time of day is actually preferable to me because you'll end up there I think at about like 3 p.m. and you only stay for like 20-25 minutes, but honestly you don't need much more at Naked Island because it's literally just like a naked island. It has like sand and that's it. There's no palm trees, no nothing. So you're gonna get burnt pretty bad if you spend longer than that there. The most popular tour in Siargao is actually the 3 island hopping tour. So on this tour, you're gonna visit Daku Island, Goyam Island, and again, Naked Island. So I really love this tour as well. Island hopping, it's my favorite thing to do. Honestly, I feel like I could do that every day and never get bored of it. All 3 islands are gorgeous. They're amazing to swim in. They have beautiful sights, beautiful palm trees, and the first island is so small you can walk around it in 2 minutes. Overall, an incredible tour as well. I just thought that the Corregidor Island tour was a little bit more unique, which is why it would be my #1 choice, but the 3 island hopping tour is a really great option as well, and it's definitely easier to get to, and I think that's why it's the most popular tour. So the final tour I would recommend would be Sugba Lagoon, and I would actually recommend that if you can, and if you have like a group of friends, this can be pretty affordable, you hire a private boat or hire a private tour to take you there, because it does take a little bit longer to get there, and you want to make sure that you get there first thing in the morning. The tour that I did brought us to another island which was really beautiful called Cowhagen Island. We relaxed there for like 3 or 4 hours, and then we went to Sugba Lagoon after. The problem with this is that Sugba Lagoon is a really popular spot, so if you don't like to be in a huge crowd, it's better to go there first thing in the morning. So I was a little disappointed when my tour left at like pre-7 a.m. and we didn't get to Sugba Lagoon until like 2 p.m. So the next section is literally my favorite part of this whole video, and that is where to eat on Siargao Island. The first place I want to talk about is called Kermit. Kermit makes incredible pizzas, really good margaritas. They have great wine. Next up would be Bravo. So Bravo is a resort where they do tours. They have a hostel, a hotel, as well as a restaurant. They have amazing hummus and baba ganoush. I would really recommend that you get both of those things. CEV or Sev, I'm not sure what it is, but it's a ceviche spot in Siargao that is so yummy. They have a vegan ceviche option there, which I've honestly never heard of before, and I tried it and it was delicious. Shaka is a gorgeous little hut on the beach right near Cloud9 Pier that serves the most beautiful fresh pressed juices, smoothie bowls, granola bowls, like everything you could want and more. Oh, and the coffee. Don't even get me started on the coffee. Really recommend ordering an iced Americano with soy milk. It It is thebomb.com, people. It is so, so good. So you have got to go to Shaka if you are ever in Siargao. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Another thing you absolutely have to try, like you can't go to Siargao and leave without trying this, I'm telling you, is pan de coco. Pan de coco holds such a special place in my heart. Basically what it is, it's a fresh made bun that's grilled on burning coconut shells, and it's stuffed with sugar and coconut meat and maybe cinnamon. I don't know, but it's incredible and I love it so, so much. And finally, if you are really into coffee, fancy coffees, and trying coffees from different regions in the Philippines, I would recommend that you check out Mad Siargao. It's a beautiful coffee spot that does really like bougie coffees. I asked for milk in my coffee and they were not impressed that I had done that. Next up is going to be where to stay on Siargao Island. I really recommend booking an Airbnb when you're visiting Siargao. I have a link in my description that will save you $45 off your first booking, so feel free to use that if you're into that kind of thing. I have stayed in Airbnbs every time I've gone there, and there's so many beautiful, affordable, and really, frankly, like cool Airbnbs being built in Siargao. There's hotels as well, but I did find that the price point was a little bit higher on the hotels, so if you're budget conscious, Airbnb is definitely the way to go. Next, we're going to talk about how to get around in Siargao. So the main way to get around is by scooter, and they cost between, I would say, 300 and 500 pesos a day. You can also rent tuk-tuks, like the little motorbike with the sidecar, to take you around, but there's not that many of them, and it's honestly not that reliable. So if you go one way, it's hard to get one to bring you back. If you're traveling with a bigger group or a family with children, you can rent cars that you can drive yourself or hire a driver to take you around for a full day, for a week, whatever you need. So that's a really great option as well. And I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, you have to double check this though, I think it's about 2,500 pesos a day to rent a van with a driver, but double check that. I want to move on to talk about resources on the island. So if you're looking to do laundry, I recommend you check out a spot called Lava Lounge. For about 200 pesos, they will do all of your laundry, and it's really efficient. Usually they can do same day turnaround, which I love. Another thing you'll need to know if you're planning on spending more time in Siargao is where to get food that's not in a restaurant. So the main grocery store that I really like to go to is called Tao Grocery. Just fire that into Google Maps and it will show you where it is. It's just in General Luna. And that's where I would go to get my dry goods, like my pasta sauces, rice, oatmeal, whatever you need. And then to pick up my fruits, I would always go to the fruit stands in Siargao because there's so many of them and they're honestly really amazing and the prices are really good too. There was one larger fruit store slash like they had some like other home goods as well. That's about 1 block away from Lava Lounge. So if you're doing your laundry, definitely go pop in there too. They had tons of good fruits and veggies and even almond milk. So I was very, very happy about that. Another thing about Siargao is the Wi-Fi is not great. So if you want to watch a Netflix show or a movie, whatever, make sure you download it before you land because there's not really like a strong internet cafe or anything anywhere. And if your Airbnb or your hotel's Wi-Fi isn't great, you're gonna be kind of screwed. And some final tips on visiting Siargao in terms of transportation. Make sure when you book your flight out of Siargao, do not book the last flight of the day. So I believe the last flight every day leaves at about 3:40 p.m. And if you have an international flight later that day or first thing the next morning, if the weather is bad, oftentimes, it happened to me like 3 days in a row on my last trip, your flight won't leave, so then you're gonna miss your international flight. So I would say leave almost like a full 24 hours between when you leave Siargao and try and book the morning flights on your way out and your next flight so you don't get stuck and get like I had to pay a lot of money to rebook my international flight because I missed it because of bad weather in Siargao, and I had booked the last flight of the day. So that is a majorly important tip that it's probably not going to be a problem, but if it is a problem, it's going to really suck. Okay friends, so that is all for today's video. I really hope you liked my guide to Siargao. I wanted to share this even though we're all on lockdown right now, so we can hopefully daydream together and start mentally planning our next trip to Siargao. I know I am a sucker for that island and I will definitely be back. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you say hi in the comments, leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you in my next vlog. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!